Hello, good morning. Welcome to Gaming Insight Daily for Monday, July 21st, 2025. I'm Steve Saylor. This is your sometimes daily show of gaming news, accessibility news, or updates about my life. I have coffee from McDonald's today. Decided to treat myself. I just got back from TennoCon. If you followed along with episodes last week, I've been talking about that I was invited out to TennoCon by Digital Extremes, makers of Warframe and Soulframe. And I actually had a really good time, y'all. It was so fun just to be able to like hang out with friends, new and old, and also be able to take in kind of everything that Digital Extremes had to offer. And this is my second time going to TennoCon. First year I only got to go basically just for the actual convention itself. But this year I got to experience everything that the press and creators get to see. And we got to have a tour of Digital Extremes, their studio out in London, Ontario, and we got to see a preview of all the Soulframe and Warframe stuff that they were going to announce at TennoCon. And we also got to have a really lovely dinner there, and that was fun, and that was great. Oh, they had a really great roast beef. Oh, wow, falls off the it was just so good. And then also we got to sort of basically kind of be VIPs for the whole thing. Oh, we got to go to the TennoCon concert. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. I like last time I've been to a proper concert was back when I was working in radio, and it was so cool just to be able to experience it I was afraid that I wasn't going to enjoy it because I'm like, oh, it's too loud, it's too noisy, I don't really want to be here, but it was a great time. It was basically they were playing all the music that the fans and the community of Warframe and Soulframe love, and they played all the hits. Reb Ford, who's the game director, or I think creative director of Warframe. She's a bass player, so she was rocking out the entire time on stage, and like she was awesome. And then the next day was proper TennoCon, which was a bunch of different main stage sort of panels talking about narrative of the game, the art, the sound, and also of course the special announcements of the basically the Soulframe dev stream, which showed a new preview of the game. And also some more Warframe stuff, so we got to see all of that. I actually also got a fun little kind of creator bag, I guess is what they I got this special kind of like bag in my hotel room when I checked in, and it had my name on it, and it says TennoCon 2025. Came with a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, it was really something. We got like this fun clear fanny pack, which I guess is great for like taking into concerts, because you know a lot of times those bags you have to be clear, and not a lot of people have that. It had like a cool TennoCon 2025 keychain. It also has a fan that I did not actually use, although I could have, because it was definitely very humid and hot in London. If I could try to open this up so I can show you what the fan looks like, because I don't even know what the fan looks like. I didn't even see a lot of people using the fan. I guess I gotta take this little thing off. How do you open it? Oh, there's another. Is there another thing on it attached to it? It's okay. Yeah, I did it wrong. Obviously, you can tell I don't use fans at all. Anyway, has a Warframe logo on it, and on the back it has TennoCon 2025. And I broke it. I don't know how to put it back together. Oh, there it goes. Okay, all right. I'll have to figure it. I have to figure out my how to do it properly. It also comes with a little chapstick. Pretty cool. So that's just in the little fanny pack. We also got 3 t-shirts, or I got 3 t-shirts anyway. One was a Soulframe t-shirt. I would have worn them today, but it needed to be laundered, and it was also very wrinkly. it was a Soulframe t-shirt. There was a TennoCon special t-shirt, and they also had a TennoCon baseball or Warframe baseball jersey. That was really cool. Had a bunch of maple. Where is it? Okay, let me do the thing. Here we go. Pure maple sugar cookies. Haven't had one of those yet, so I'll have to try those later. Oh yeah, they gave this out during the Tenno Live, or basically the Warframe panel, and it was basically a I know it's kind of hard to be able to tell, like the lights back. Well, maybe it lights up. It basically would also, they had it sync to all of these synced up together, and would display like all the different lights, and they would and it would actually, you know, if I turn off maybe this light, yeah, there we go. Can't really tell the different colors fully, but you know, it's a and it was kind of cool. So basically, it synced up with all of them together. It kind of, if you go watch the TennoCon live or the Tenno Live thing, you'll be able to see all the balls, lighted balls in the audience. That's what those were, which was pretty cool. They also had oh, here was my badge the whole time. This is the creator badge, and then I also had floor access for the concert too. They did it so for accessibility, so I could be able to see. That was very nice of them. Then they also had some Warframe stuff from HyperX. They had a collaboration there with them. There's a photo frame keycap bundle. I have not opened this up yet, actually. Should I open this up? Maybe I can. Yeah, is it easy to open up? Yeah, it's easy to open up. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a bunch of keycaps in there. I have no idea what any of these things are. Okay, here. Oh yeah, I'll just show you one. It kind of looks like a. I don't play a lot of Warframe. Come on, focus. There we go. I don't play a lot of Warframe. I try to, but it doesn't have a lot of accessibility on them or like in the game. So I'm gonna try to jump back in. Every time I see anything from Warframe, I'm like, yeah, I should probably jump in. That would be great. There's also a headband an Ortis headband decoration. I don't know what the it could be on the back, I guess on a hat or something like that, maybe. That's Ortis. Which they also had like these fun like signs basically at TennoCon. Basically, like if you needed help, there was like these or it was basically these signs that says it was like need help, like find Ortis. That was kind of neat. And also they gave this lanyard thing. I don't know what it never gave it. It wasn't like for special access or anything. It was just basically another lanyard. And then again, they had the 3 t-shirts, and I'll probably wear maybe the baseball jersey at some point. Here is a U2's Warframe of Lotus. Pretty cool. I haven't taken it out of obviously I haven't taken it out of the box, but that's what Lotus will look like. And then lastly, there is a proper relic, and apparently it can float. I think it actually can float, because according to the here's the sides. Yeah, supposedly it can actually like float up and down. So, and then also came with a code to play Soulframe, because Soulframe has been in early access for a long while, and they announced actually that anyone who had signed up previous to yesterday, this past Sunday, you got access to Soulframe, because they were holding off on this was the accessibility. Anytime you need accessibility, this was the card you had to kind of show. Not the best way, like the most efficient way to be able to show that you need accessibility, had accessibility needs, but those were all sent out when you signed up for and you requested accessibility assistance. That's what they said. That's what they gave you, or sent you. So yeah, it was. So yeah, if you signed up previously for anything to be able to get access to Soulframe, I think pretty much if you log into your account as of today, you should be able to have access. You can be able to download it, because they said pretty much everybody who signed up should now have access. And also, they did say that all of the they are not going to do any future resets of everyone's accounts. So whatever progress you make in Soulframe now, or starting as of now, will not be reset, which is awesome. So good for them for doing that. That's great. What is that? Hold on. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, I think this is actually an actual Warframe keycap. I guess it fell out of the bag. Yep, it's just a Warframe logo keycap. That's cool. So yeah, and actually the Soulframe is what I wanted to talk about today, because I actually finally got a chance to, after seeing the previews, I finally got a chance to download it and try it out last night. Now, granted, this is my very first early impressions after maybe about like the first hour or two of the game. So as far as my accessibility thoughts, there's some stuff, but I think that there's a lot of room for improvement. I will say this. Again, this is early access, so this is not the full version of the game. There's plenty of opportunities for them to be able to increase the accessibility. And actually, I'm gonna switch over to my screen here so I can be able to show you at least the preview. I'm not gonna play the audio of it just in case, but at least you can be able to watch the preview that they played during TennoCon. And there are some things that in here that I think that are interesting for accessibility. They do offer pretty much right out of right up front. You can remap all controls on keyboard and mouse, and also on controller. That's awesome. They do have subtitles, but you can only just turn them on or off. You can't really adjust them that much. They try to take some accommodation, but the text size isn't great, and the background is okay, but it could be improved, because there is a little bit of like a black sort of semi-opaque sort of background to it, and I don't know, I found it actually a little bit too small for me to be able to fully read, but it was okay. And there was also stuff for like screen shake. There was also for color blindness as well. It actually had a little bit more accessibility than I thought. I was actually surprised they had an accessibility menu. So they are taking into consideration accessibility from the get-go, which is nice. And I will say, actually, even though I think that, and I mentioned that Warframe doesn't have a lot of accessibility, and that Soulframe doesn't have a huge amount of accessibility, at least right now, the studio, at least everyone that I talked to at the studio, it does care a lot about accessibility. They truly do. Part of the reason why I was at TennoCon was because they wanted to have me like enjoy the experience, and also be able to not necessarily promote that they had accessibility at TennoCon, but just basically just to check it out, and kind of, if I had any thoughts, just let them know, like that kind of thing. Like, they were very cognizant of anyone with accessibility needs. They were very, like, at TennoCon, they were extremely accommodating. And to the point where I even, like, I kind of randomly walked up to a volunteer, kind of like is looking for an accessibility line or anything like that. And the volunteer, normally at conventions, they'd be like, oh, you need to go to talk to that person over there. But the guy, just again, random guy, didn't, it wasn't like I picked him out of for anything else other than just, hey, you were the closest volunteer there. I said, do you know where that happened, where an accessibility line would be, or where would anybody sign up for, or line up for, or sign up for accessibility needs? And he goes, that's a very good question. I don't know, but let's find out together. So he took me over to, I guess, one of his supervisors or another person that was behind one of the volunteer desks, and said, hey, this person needs accessibility, and would you be able to help them? They said yes, and he goes, okay, cool, I think you're in the right hands. And went back to doing his thing. I was like, that's a good attention to detail. That's like something that I felt really cool, like really cool about. And I appreciated that a lot. So it's stuff like that. So they do care about accessibility. I hope that maybe they'll either bring in some consultants to talk about more about accessibility, or even hire someone to work on accessibility on the games. But I think that they are interested. They're interested in building a culture of accessibility. So I would be willing to say that this will be a studio, Digital Extremes will be a studio to kind of take a look out for. As far as going back to the actual gameplay of what I played, so I played basically what essentially is the character creator and like the first like two missions that you can do when you're kind of learning. So granted, there's a lot of stuff that's missing. There's not a lot of tutorialization just yet because it is early access. So it kind of presumes that you know which button to push. They kind of have some sort of things being like, okay, hit this button to be able to do this, but it doesn't really tell you a lot about what to do just yet. So I think that's something that could be improved upon, but again, it's early access. So actually what I really loved about the kind of character building is, and they showed this as a preview, I think last year when they were during the dev stream of last TennoCon, but the way that it works is you actually kind of get to sort of there's a narrated story of essentially your character's birth, and this narrator is describing who your mother is, and depending on what sort of character traits or character physical appearance traits that you choose, the narrator actually describes and narrates based on those choices. So it will change. You could change stuff like obviously like what type of hair color, what type of hairstyle, what color their eyes are. So it's something that I thought was like, and then that kind of dictates kind of what your character will look like, because you very much look like your mother essentially. And I like that it had that you can choose skin color as well, which I thought was great. So I think it was a really cool way to be able to kind of go about it. Now, there's not much more customization than that, like other like RPGs would, but I thought it was a neat little different creative idea to do character creation. And then you get to choose basically, like once you do get to your character, then you get to choose your gender, and then also what sort of path you will take. And you can either take grace, spirit, or I'm blanking on the other one. Basically, it's kind of like the tank of I think it was maybe strength. It might have been strength, spirit, or grace. I apologize if I got all those specifically wrong. I chose grace because you get a bow and arrow, and you know me. If you ever know me in Destiny, you know me. I love my bow and arrows. And so going back to the accessibility, when I started using the bow and arrow, there was some a little bit of aim assist, but not quite. I'll say this. It's not like it's an auto lock on to an enemy or an auto target. It very much is. It's just that the aiming is a little bit more forgiving. So if you're not aiming like precisely at an enemy, if you're aiming in the general direction of the enemy without like being too far off the hitbox of the body itself, you pretty much are going to hit. And so that's kind of how that sort of aim assist works. Again, could be improved for sure. I think that one of the things that I enjoyed, and you might have been seeing it in this preview here, is that if you hit right on the D-pad, you basically do this snap, and it's kind of a cool like almost like a Nintendo Switch sort of a snap. It has like a little bit of an echo to it. There's like you have like a little bird familiar, or what they just introduced this weekend. They have a floppet, which basically is a creature that they're apparently gonna have multiples, but one of the floppet in this demo that you might have seen is the floppet is a flying rat or flying mouse, and it's cute. They're called, and they officially announce them as floppets. And what they do is they actually kind of direct you as to where to go. They kind of have this glowing path that goes kind of follows the path of where you need to go. It does require you to be able to hit it often because that glowing path kind of dissipates. So I think for accessibility, I'd love to be able to see that maybe last a little bit longer, have a setting to have that last a little longer, or stays that way, or stay up essentially, and doesn't go away until you reach the end of that path. That would be great. But I think it's and I was trying to be able to figure out if it was directional sound, because there is a bit of a sound effect when you see or when you hear your floppet kind of appear, and it flitter away. So there is a bit of that like kind of sound direction, but it is very specific. Unless you're following it directly, it does follow the path to where you need to go. Not necessarily like if you're going like it will always. It's kind of like an auto follow on a horse in an Assassin's Creed. It will only follow the main path, not necessarily kind of go off trail, as it were. So I would love to be able to see that improve, because I think that could be an interesting it's an interesting design choice for navigational assist, and I think that could be like interesting to see that improve. As far as kind of overall the game, I've been sort of describing it to people throughout this whole entire like week, the entire week is sort of like it's a cozy Dragon Age almost. Cozy in the sense there's a lot of cozy storytelling with a bit of the fantastical, and it's not like it's ultimately wholesome. There is some dark elements to it for sure, but I think that's kind of where the Dragon Age stuff comes in, and there's some interesting lore there. There's some interesting sort of characters that are kind of spirits that essentially guide you through this world that you're essentially trying to cleanse, and there's a bit of like it very much kind of feels like a cozy game mixed with like a fantasy game. And that's the Dragon Age was the closest comparison I could think of, and it's heartwarming. It's heart wrenching at times. It's sad. It's also like scary in the moments. It can be haunted. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff that I was watching the preview. I've watched it twice at TennoCon, one for at Digital Extremes when we did the press tour there, and then once obviously during the dev stream. And every time I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting sucked in. So I have an account now. And apparently it is co-op, so you can be able to join with other people as well. But I finally am into that, and I think I might sort of keep playing and give it a try. I'm very interested to see where it goes. I'm very and now that kind of makes me again want to go back into Warframe and try that, because the stuff that I saw for Warframe that's coming up, I'm just like, it was the pop of the crowd that was there that got so excited about what was upcoming. That's what made me feel like I was like, okay, this might be a cool game to be able to jump into. And so I'm hoping to be able to maybe sort of evaluate the accessibility proper, because I think I tried it and I was kind of all over the place. I was in between games, so essentially I think I might have to sort of like really give it a full honest sort of shake and review. So I might download it again and retry it and see if it's worth checking out. Apparently there's gonna be some stuff for new players coming up in the fall 2025, like what they call the unannounced update. Part of that is they're creating a whole quest on how to be able to mod, which is, if you know what that means in Warframe, you know how troublesome or how tricky that modding can be. So they're apparently creating a brand new quest for you to go on, story quest that you can go on, that will teach you how to be able to mod properly, and that looked pretty cool. So I'm interested to dive back in. Yeah. Oh, this part too, actually, where you can be able to you could turn into a bird, sort of like to kind of hide from enemies, or at least sneak up behind them, and then turn back into yourself, and then I thought that was cool. Apparently I think I can be able to do that as someone who chose Grace with the bow and arrow, because I think this is a spirit character that was used for this demo. And so yeah, I think there's some interesting stuff there, and I really want to give it a try. So I would love to be able to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Soulframe and Warframe? I would love to be able to, do you play it? Have you ever played it before? Are you interested? Are you not interested? I would love to be able to hear it in the comment section down below. And that's going to be it for today's episode. I do have actually an interview that where I got talked to the event coordinator and the community and some of the community managers of Digital Extremes, but I have to get it approved. Not to be able to say that they need to be able to take stuff out or edit stuff out, but they just wanted to be able to make sure that the information that they have or they gave was accurate, because we recorded this before the announcement, so there was some stuff that they couldn't be able to talk about. So I will probably get that and put that together sometime. I'm hoping either Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. So we'll see. But I do have a full kind of roughly about about 20-ish minutes interview with Ronnie, with Beth, and with Corey from Digital Extremes. So, anywho, that's going to be it for me. Take care. I hope you have yourself a great and wonderful day. I should be pretty much good to be able to do episodes all this week. Hopefully, there's some interesting news to be able to talk about. We'll see. It's kind of been sort of, I mean, at least there has been news, but not a lot of news I could be able to like give good context on, or stuff that I would know about to be able to talk about. So I'm trying my best to be able to like pick stories that I can be able to, I feel like I have confidence to be able to speak on. But everything else that just comes up, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's cool, great, and then that's all I have to say about it. I don't want to just do that just for the sake of a video. So, anywho, actually, apparently there's a Pokemon Direct tomorrow that I'll have to double check the timing of it. It might either be tomorrow's episode or it might be Wednesday's episode, depending on the time of day that will go live. So, that's gonna be it for me. Take care. Have yourself a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.